Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I have been wanting to do this for a really long time and have held back for lots of reasons. One of the main ones is that I was just afraid to start something new. So I'm not afraid anymore and I'm going to start. So first I'm going to do a quick flip through of my current bullet journal, and then I'm going to set up my next one, and they'll probably be on different videos, but I'm just going to quickly go through this one, have a quick flick through and explain a few of the things that I like and what I'm going to put in my next one that have worked, and kind of decide what's the best course of action. So let's get into it. I've already got a candle burning. I always have a candle burning at my desk. This one is actually lavender and bergamot and it smells amazing, but I'm just going to do some moon goddess incense. They're nothing fancy, they're just from the local cheap shop. This is not from the local cheap shop though, it is from my dear friend Sue. She sells all kinds of amazing magical things, and I go to circle with her, so I'm just going to do a little bit of a cleanse, creating a nice protective circle around my area. Alright, so let's get started. So this is the case that I carry my journal around in daily. It is just an A5 notebook cover from a stationery shop in Australia called Officeworks. I did have one for a few years that I got from another shop in Australia called Big W, and it finally, the zip broke at the beginning of the year, so I had to buy a new one, and I loved this one. I'm really into brown leather at the moment, or pleather. Yeah, so, all my little cute little sticky notes and cards and stuff. So my notebook is an Archer and Olive A5 journal. It's this gorgeous hand witchy kind of moon one. I don't think you can get this one anymore, and I've had it for probably a year and a half before I decided to use it this year for the very first time. So I'm just going to take it out of its case. So it just slips in the back cover into this little pot here. Oops, do a wing tie. Pop that over there. Alright, so first page, I've got an index. I know most people really don't like indexes. I love indexes because I love going back through and finding things, especially things that were really important, like the Sabbats and calendars. Like I'll go back through next year and set up my monthly log just by flicking through my calendars and see if there's anything that I wouldn't remember off the top of my head. In here's a little flip out, and it has the classic grid guide. I honestly very rarely flick to it. I just kind of count out each one and fill it in as I need it. I did kind of like a stickery collage thing with some stickers that I didn't really think I would use through my journal. Yep, title page, nothing exciting. So definitely going to bring over the index and obviously title page. Next one I'm going to bring over is I created a name for my journal. So it's Gora, and in Germanic it means good, and Lithuanian it means honor, respect, thought and dream. I really liked it. I just kind of put like into a name generator on Google. I just type in name generator, and then you can hit like all these different parts, and it asks, you know, do you want it to be magical or a certain religion or a certain from a certain country, and I just kind of pick anything, and so far I haven't been disappointed. Yeah, this is a really good one. My word for the year was nurture. So I just did like a little Google dictionary, yeah, explanation for that one. My quote for the year, which I am going to keep because it's for the whole year, is one by Audrey Hepburn. Says, as you grow older, you will discover that you have two hands, one for helping yourself and the other for helping others. Yeah, beautiful. Future log. I tried something different this year and try to keep it all on two-page spreads. And I like the Dutch door. That was fun, but I found that I really ran out of space. I didn't feel there was enough area for planning my themes and colors. And it just felt kind of crowded. Like, as you can see, like things kind of fill up quite quickly, and it just didn't feel like it was working. So I'm going to make them half a page in my next one. Yeah, and plenty more room, hopefully, to do a bit more planning with the theme as well. This one is one of my favorite ones. I've done it this way for a few years. I'm going to change it a little bit this time. My weekend festivals, I love the wheel. I do have like multiple things around my house with the wheel in it, and I kind of feel that I don't look at it as much because I do have it around everywhere. I'm just going to kind of put that in with the future logs, and then like note the exact time and date exact, just to make it more, yeah, exact. This one is my expenses. I kind of use that. I'm going to put it in, but I'm going to try and see if there's a different way of tracking it, especially with like subscriptions and Patreons that I pay for. There's a couple more that I have now that I haven't added. Yeah, and doing that one. This one is my circle group that I go to, and although I love it, I definitely think there's another way I can do this one as well. We get an email at the beginning of the year with all of our circles that we run. These are all the dates of them and what each one is about. So sometimes things change, like I think one of these, maybe this one is going to, yeah, it'll be this one next week. So this one we're going to do one on a different goddess. Not that one. We're going to do a Ukrainian goddess, which will be really nice to bring some peace and healing to the Ukraine. Yeah. This one, I'm going to leave it in here. I don't love this layout. I have done it differently in previous years, and I felt connected to it, and I wanted to go back to it. This year I haven't barely even looked at it. Definitely don't do daily walks. Definitely journal for more than 5 minutes every day. Probably, yeah, don't even need that as a goal because I just do that. Yeah, this one I haven't even started. I pick it up every now and then and look at it. Where is it at the moment? I don't even think it's within reach. It's not. But, oh, here it is. Can't get it out of my trolley. So this one I bought a few years ago from Amazon, actually, before I knew the understanding of Amazon and the the political situation around it. So I bought this. Is it up the right way? No, it's upside down. So it's just a 3-ring binder, and I got dot, I don't know if you can see, it's dot paper. It's probably only about 120 almost like the Leuchtturm journals. It does ghost. Hasn't bled yet, but I start and then I write things in pencil, and that's about as far as I go. You know, I've just got lots of tags and stuff, so I really want to finish it, but I mean, I have lots of other desk books that I kind of reference often, and I use my bullet journal almost as a book of shadows, so sometimes I don't really feel that I need a grimoire. Yeah, so yeah, that's something I need to work on, I suppose. Next one, passwords. Definitely will be having my passwords, because it also has a lot of numbers. Oh, I gotta cover it. A lot of numbers down the bottom that I look at all the time and always need. Also, same with online purchases. That will be coming over because I like to track what I buy. Holidays, memories. I do memories every month now. I do a whole page in my monthly journal, like my monthlies, so I don't need one separate. Same with holidays, probably. Yeah, this was a good idea a couple of years ago when we could go a lot of places a lot of the time, but I haven't been really going anywhere. Like you said, it's only been since January and a little bit 2 days in February. So books, hated this layout, hated it so much. I will be doing it a completely different way. I'll quickly show you. I'll be doing it this way. So this way it gives me like a way to rate it, a little bit more space to write each thing, the name, where I read it, who it's by, what it's about, and like a little summary on it. Yeah, I just didn't like this one. Media I consume, again, I'll be doing it a very similar way to that, where I can write what I'm watching, then just do some like circles and say season 1, and then like color in each one. Yeah, it's cute. It looks pretty, but it wasn't functional for me. My yearly tarot, I did this pull at the beginning of the year, and I feel it's just gone sween in Australia, and I did a sween yearly tarot pull, and I think I'm going to use that. Some of them actually did pull out very similar in the message, but yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely going to do this spread, but slightly different, and again, it'll just be a different, one. So, my blood moon, I want to track more things. It's cute. I really went wild this year with this journal because I really loved the feeling, excuse me, of the paper and how thick it was, and I did lots of research and I went and did it, and I just don't feel that this one is something that I'm working with. Like I need to add like all of these things that I need to track in regards to it. So yeah, wants and needs, I'm going to keep this, but I'm actually going to put it in the very back page, like kind of near the pen test area, just so I can like flick to it really easily and yeah, write down some stuff. I kind of look at it every now and then, but don't really go back to it often. I feel like there are a lot of things that I should put on my wants and needs, and then I don't. I just buy them, and it's not very healthy for my bank account just to buy things for the sake of buying them. Yep. So, and then it comes to January. Again, January I did one way, and then after a couple of months, I didn't really love it, so I'm going to change it up. Like I changed it up a little bit. Yeah, like I did. You know, so I liked all of this: budgets, hobbies, my cousin's wedding, just some stickers from my cousin's wedding, February calendar. I love these calendar spreads. Like, I know so many people in the bullet journal community really they don't like them. I love them. I use them. This one actually doesn't have a lot of writing in it, which is unusual. Normally they're like super, super messy. I think, yeah, that one's messy. It's got like little notes all over it in like light color that you can't really see as much. I can see them like fine here, but definitely, yeah, a lot more. My weekly tarot I moved kind of closer to the front as well. But yeah, moods, habits, garden's gone a bit to the wayside. We've had a lot of rain in Australia since December, and it hasn't been really good for getting out into the garden. Like the weeds kind of just have gone crazy and the ground's so wet, and I kind of just let it go. I feel bad. I do feel bad. My garden is one of my favorite things. My indoor plants are thriving though, which is good. So yeah, see, I do a memories page here, move my weekly tarot here, and I also, as you can see, I use these little tabs, which I hadn't done in previous journals. I would do like the washi tape, like sticker on the outside, or use, you know, these kind of page tab marker things. I don't know what they're called. Yeah, and I use them and they are good. So anyway, I tried this weekly layout, which was the weekly layout that the plant-based bride uses. I hated it, to be honest. They use a B5 journal, so like when they fold it in half, like they can see the whole tasks. Yeah, I didn't feel that I had enough room to write, to fill things in. Also, this is books and TV shows and podcasts and stuff. As you can see, I've written things out and have never actually watched anything. So anyway, that's fine. This is when I kind of started going into this different kind of layout. So this one was inspired mostly by, I want to say by Sarah Elise. She used to be Plantiful a few years ago. That's when I started following her, and she has amazing stickers, and but some priorities have taken over her life. And yeah, so she doesn't, anyway, I'll tag her in the description so you can have a look at her stuff. But this is what she basically does. We've got the running task list, event section. I like a menu, and I like weather. I love tracking weather, especially going like years on. Like I've been bullet journaling since 2014, and I always love looking back at the weather and the food and like vents. Yeah, this is more like practical, like day-to-day stuff, not something that's going to be hugely interesting in the future, but this page will be. Yep. So, and then I do a full page of journaling for the whole week. Yep, so basically that's all it is. And when I do a weekly, so I got my weekly, and then I have a journal, and then I do like it's a Dutch door. It's just that little edge cut off, just so I know that those 2 weeks go together. This is this is why I say like I do a Book of Shadows style, because I try and incorporate the Sabbats and full moons. Any rituals that I do, I try and incorporate them as well. I think that's why this year my journal has ended in May. The Leuchtturm last year lasted me the whole year. I never seem to fill up a Leuchtturm. I think it's because I don't love the paper. I love the feel of the books and the weight, but the paper itself is quite thin, so you don't feel that you can do a lot in it. Yeah, I have used it as a Book of Shadows before with my normal journal, but not as much. Definitely my style is lots of stickers, lots of washi. I'm addicted to stickers, and I use stickers. Like there's no point in hiding them. I use them all the time. April, and that was from a reel that I filmed. Mood and habit, I changed it here. I don't know if I love it. I like drawing the little calendars so I can see each, like, where are we? I think just get another piece of paper. This is just a scrap piece I've got here. So, sorry, just covering my budget. Nobody needs to know all of my ingoings and outgoings. But I like this one. I like how it feels, and I like doing the level up thing. I only did it in this month. What is March? So I did the level up. I really like doing it. It made me feel like once I got to that red section that I accomplished something. As you can see, walking in March just did not happen. Anyway, so got budget, mood, memories and gardens. Like I said, gardens are just so by the wayside at the moment. Weekly tarot. So yeah, calendar. Like I said, lots of scribbles. I use my journal. I like having it pretty because it makes me feel like I'm productive, and I will look at it when it's pretty. But yeah, anyway, I tried to draw a little bit. I'm not really a drawer. These are stencils, and some really interesting leaf things that you watch some people's YouTubes and TikToks and, you know, all of the other socials, Instas and stuff, and you're like, oh, that's so cute, I can do that. And then you do it and you're like, yeah, I probably shouldn't just be. Anyway, I'll stick with my stickers for now. This is a really good one. I had it a few years ago, and I always forget, like, things that I might like to hashtag, and places I buy stickers from, and things that I want to, yeah. So I have, 2 Instagram accounts specifically. One just my everyday one. You can follow it too, Florence Mischief. Posting mostly witchy stuff, plants, my cat, you know, things that you do. And then I have my bullet journal one, which is Bojo Florence, and it is, just my bullet journal content. So yeah, April, same. I kind of switched it up a little bit, just flicking back and forth, but always have a task on one side and events, menu, and weather on the other. Little Harry Styles song come out that week, and it was amazing, and I was obsessed, and still kind of am. He's amazing and beautiful. So yeah, that is basically it. This is another, you know, almost Book of Shadows type ideal that it is. My astrology, so everything in the red is just like what the houses break down as, and then this was like reading that I done for that month. I went to a course and did it, and it was amazing and incredible, and I still have the book next to my desk. It's not on my desk at the moment because I tried to clean it, but it's normally on my desk, and it prompts me on like, what do I need to ask myself questions each month. I actually haven't filled it in here for May because I had too few pages to start a new one, and no, so I had too many pages to just scrap it and start a new one, and too few pages to fit a couple of things in. So yeah, that was a bit disappointing that I didn't add that, but I definitely will go back. Like, I kind of looked at it, but then I wasted a whole page on that. I actually thought I would read more. I haven't been reading because I've been studying. But yeah, I don't know if you can see, like, so each week when I do my weekly tarot pull, I kind of put it on this page spread as well. So that was my top 4 songs for it was actually for all of April. They were the top 4 songs I listened to, which just goes to show, like, I have such an eclectic taste in music. Like Harry Styles, Dove Cameron, Alanis Morissette, Queen, and Harry Nilsson, which I mean, that is an amazing song that Mariah Carey covered in the 90s, but yeah, he's like from the 70s, but you know, it's fun. And then we go to May. May was probably one of my favorite spreads. So as you can see, I laid it all out, but I actually haven't written in like what each one means and how I should work with it. I'm just learning like more about astrology and really trying to pull it apart. Yeah, and work with it more. So this is a new one too. I did content one. So this is just Instagram. I tried to make it so I would post every night. Because I had to work out like times when it's best to post, because some things I would get like hundreds of views and like dozens of likes, and then other ones I would get like 6 views and 2 likes. Then other things I would get 4,000 views and, you know, 200, 300, 400 likes, and it does my head in. Instagram, like, what are you doing? Your algorithm sucks. So I was trying to post every single night. I had it planned out so well. Didn't really go very far, but that's okay. Yep, Sween, haven't filled it out. We're now, what's the date? Yeah, we're 12th. It's the 12th today. So we're a whole week past Sween. I did actually do a ritual because I did it at Circle. And then I like redressed my altar, cleansed my altar, did a tarot pull, but I just haven't written in here. Like sometimes I'm hopeless at doing that. Gardening, once again, done nothing gardening. Barely done anything in memories. Actually, there's one that I have to add in. I did an amazing tour, Aboriginal tour in a neighbouring Aboriginal country, the Worimi. So it was amazing. We went up into Stockton Sand Dunes. If you ever are in Australia and you want to experience amazing connection with the earth, do an Aboriginal tour. I live in the Awabakal area, in Awabakal country. Grew up here and it's beautiful. But Worimi is gorgeous, like the sand dunes and the mountains and the bay and everything. It's just chef's kisses. It's just beautiful. Yeah, so tarot, obviously we're only in week 2. But yeah, again, see, look, mess, notes. I like to cross them out too. It just helps my brain. I also have another calendar on my fridge for my kids, and I cross that out every day as well. My youngest actually loves crossing it out with me and helping. And then we get into our May weeklies. Nothing special, same as usual. I kind of went with being Sween and it's black, so I did black and orange, black and purple. This one's black and red. I haven't set up the last week, but I'm going to go like this kind of light color. This is really cute washi tape too. You can see it's from Notebook Therapy. So like this is from Notebook Therapy. It was like, I don't know what it's called, the Witch collection, or no, that's Moonflower. I don't know. I have a few of their collections. I do have an addiction to washi tape, which probably needs to be looked at. But yeah, so that's, I had one spare because I had to put tag-ins because I ripped pages out, and I had to put, yeah, tip-ins they call them. Thank you, Jessie Corinne, for explaining to me what that meant. I've been doing it for years but didn't know. So a 10 pen test page, nothing exciting, just got some new pens this year. This one was like planning out what's going to go into my next journal. Yeah, I always like to do this at the end because it kind of, like little notes of things that I didn't love. Like I said, I prefer to either do a full page or at least there, and I don't need to like add a December in my future, January in my future log for the beginning of the year, because I'm already setting up the January monthlies as I'm doing it, so I can use that extra one section for like future or just set it up just for that specific what that's going to be for. So yeah, and I do this too, I don't know why, but any stickers that I'm like, oh, that's a pretty sticker, but it's like a freebie one. So this is like, I got some stickers from Blue Moon Paper. Like, what am I going to do with their label logo sticker? I stick it in the back here. Stamps. I went to it's a Vinnie's in Australia, so St. Vincent de Paul's, and I bought a Dymo, like the clicky ones It was $5. I was so excited when I seen it because I remember them as a kid, and like, do I really need another thing? And I don't like how thick they are. I mean, it is quite thick and raised, and it bulks up your journal, but I mean, like, yeah, it's gonna bulk up. Anything's gonna bulk up your journal. But yeah, I seen it. It was $5. A little girl come in behind me after I looked at it, picked it up, put it down, and she's like, "Oh, Dad, what does this do?" And he's like, "Oh, you used to put stuff in it and it would make labels." And she's like, "Oh, I want thing to make labels." And he's like, "Oh, you probably can't buy the stuff for it." But me, being in the bullet journaling community, knew that people were using these again. So I did a quick Google search while I was in the shop and found out that it is exactly the same as the $30 ones you buy. I mean, I don't even know how old it is, but yeah, they've apparently never stopped selling them. They've just always had them. But yeah, so I bought some tape, and now we are obsessed with making labels. I've never had a labeler before, so it was really exciting to have a labeler instead of like buying little sticker labels. And then like all of my potions jars, I'll show you. Oh, here's one right here. So I'll buy like these little paper stickers, and I'll just write on it yeah, what it is. So this is Cops Foot herbs that I got. It doesn't really have a smell. It just kind of smells like herbal tea. But yeah, so now I can like print them out on this and put like really fancy black labels on instead of my not great handwriting. But yeah, so that's my volume 1 bullet journal for 2022. Exciting. So yeah, I'm going to right away sit down and film my setup for my new one. I will show you. It's another Archer and Olive. It's this cute cat. It's a slightly different shade of blue. You can just see the tiniest amount. So I'm going to, I've kind of already laid it out. I'm going to start setting that up now, but I'm going to put that in another video. So please come back and watch that setup, and yeah, bye.